You know that if the hair starts to look like a powdered wig with the ringlets, the curls are going to stay. Don't be alarmed and don't call the authorities. I will brush these out before I leave the house. But a friend of ours is getting married, so this is night one. So my outfit is like this vibrant fuchsia hot pink. I bought it online and I'll insert a photo of it right here. And when I was deciding what makeup to do, I really didn't want to do a hot pink lip because I plan on doing that with another outfit. I think today we're just going to keep things neutral and gold. And I don't know if you've ever attended an Indian wedding, but let me tell you, they're so fun and there are always so many events. In fact, my wedding was 8 days long. I normally show my event makeup on here because it is just a little different from how I normally teach makeup for a beginner. But you're about to see quite the transformation, because when I'm getting ready to go out, I underpaint and I go with a very light concealer and a very dark contour, and then I bring those two colors together with a foundation that matches my skin tone. I know that can be really daunting, but I promise it's not, and it looks so good for special occasions and events. And the key to making sure that your underpainting does not look cakey in real life is just to really focus on skin prep. That is going to make the biggest difference. And when it comes to contour, I normally like to use a flat wooden brush, but I traveled recently and I actually don't know where I put it, so we're just going to use this one from Walmart for now. I'm also switching to this vintage MAC brush for my cheek contour. I've had this brush since 2006 because that's actually when I started working for the company many years ago. And if you've been here since 2020 TikTok, then you know I am infamous for really getting in there and getting that double chin. This is when you're going to see it come to life. Now, as I move the brush across the face, I want to be careful not to put a lot of foundation over the contour and over the concealer. I'm kind of putting it in areas that didn't have any product. And then I'm going to wipe my brush off to take the excess product off and then lightly tap over so that I'm not pushing too much product over it. I'm kind of just blending it all together. And then with a clean brush, I stamp over those areas to pick up any residual product and then make sure that everything is melted in together. And you just want regions of darkness where the contour is and then regions of brightness where the concealer is. You really don't want to be able to tell where they stop and start. Now you can stop here and set it all with the powder, but I am going to an event tonight, so I want the under eyes to really pop. So I'm going to grab more brightening concealer. This is just Milani Conceal and Perfect. I'm going to layer just a little bit more through the center of the face to augment this a bit, but this is definitely extra and you do not have to do this. Tapping it out. And as I blend, I kind of push into the skin, and then if I feel like it starts to look very obvious that I added a little more, I just take my foundation brush and tap over it, and then it helps melt the lines and the edges in so that it's seamless. And with the brush, you just flick the edges out and then tap over with foundation. Kind of repeat those two steps until it's seamless. Locking in everything with the powder foundation. And I recently saw a video of someone talking about how good this powder is. Guys, MAC Studio Fix powder has been the reigning queen of powder foundations for years. It's so good for locking in the under eyes. It's so good for covering up hyperpigmentation. It's buildable. It can be worn alone with just a little moisturizer and maybe a primer. You can finish off your makeup with it. It doesn't have flashback. The list goes on. Second runner up for powder foundations is One Size by Patrick Starr. I really do love this one too. I'm just using this to set the contour and then the outer edges of the face. Now it's time to bake the under eyes and put on some blush. So tapping our loose baking powder over this under eye and down the sides of the nose. Do a little sculpt through here and through the laugh lines. And for laugh lines, I just take my tongue, push that skin out, and get powder anywhere makeup might settle. I don't like this baked too long, so I pretty much dust it off right after with the powder foundation brush and push into the skin so that it's just lightly sculpted. Now it's time for brows. I'm gonna do that off camera because it's a little boring. Now that looks a little intense, but when I dust off the bake, it's gonna soften it up. And I am running a little behind because I got stuck on a few calls. So we're gonna do kind of a boring eye, but I think that's okay because the outfit is very vibrant. Let's use this ColourPop palette and do a really simple gold look. Brown in the crease and underneath the lower lash line. I'm gonna quickly dust off this bake before I go on with my eye makeup look. Slightly more dense brush, build up the crease with this darker brown, and I'm also going to take that along the lower lash line, and then just with our finger we're going to press and sweep this on the lid. And yes, that is the exact gold that I wanted because that is the color of the gold on the outfit. I'm going to take that gold to the inner corner and then throw in some mascara, lashes, maybe some liner. I was going to go with a hot pink lip, but let's just go classic brown. Smashbox the Legendary Lip Liner in dark reddish brown, MAC lipstick in Captive, Fenty Gloss in Sweet Mouth. It's like in the pink family but not straight up pink. And then for highlighter, I'm going to mix these two from Fenty and then just go to town, hitting all of the high planes, bridge of the nose, and then I sweep it through this inner corner. We are glowy. Okay, back with my outfit on. I've started to brush up my curls, but they will continue to fall. And look at these super cute earrings. I wanted to add like a pop of color. So the lashes we're going for are NYX Ego Flare. Let's pop them on. And this is the final look. I'll try to get an outfit shot later, but I hope you enjoyed this getting ready with me.